What's going on, H3 Cruisers? Welcome back to the channel. So, I hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing day, and I hope you got a great cruise that you are planning here in the near future that you're really excited about. But you're here because, well, we got some cruise news. Today, we got a couple things going on. And because of that, I already know I want to split this into two separate videos for today. Because, honestly, smashing it all into one video for you guys when you come for one specific bit of information just seems mean to make you stay for all the information that you may not be here for. So, we're going to get right to it. Today, in this video, we're going to be talking about whether you should cancel your cruise or not if you have one upcoming. And also, we're going to talk about Vanessa. Vanessa. Are you there, Vanessa? For those that are in the Cruising with Carnival group, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about Vanessa. So, let's get right to it. Okay, H3 Cruisers, so we're back from that short little intro. I hope you enjoyed it. It's on all my videos. But before we get started with today's topic of Vanessa and also should you cancel your upcoming cruises, I just want to say yes, I know I am wearing a shirt that says ho 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 and has Stitch in Christmas gear in January. I absolutely know. But Stitch is my favorite character in the Disney world, and I got Stitch stuff everywhere. I got a Stitch tag here. I got a Stitch candle warmer. I love Stitch. And I'm going to wear it today, regardless of what you think, because this is me right now in a big red ho 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 Stitch shirt. So, on to the topic we're talking about. First and most important out of the two conversations, Vanessa or should you cancel your cruise? I think the most important right now is Vanessa. Vanessa, where you at? Anyways, if you follow the Cruising with Carnival page right now, that seems to be the big talk, more than should you cancel a cruise. While canceling your cruise is a very big question on the page, overwhelmingly, since yesterday, it has been a talk about Vanessa. Who is Vanessa? What is Vanessa? I don't know, but someone asked the question that started it all, said, can you smoke or do Vanessa on an excursion? I'm not sure where we're going with that, but I do have to say, on an excursion, it depends on the excursion whether you can smoke or not, smoke or vape. If you're looking to smoke or vape on the excursion, like it varies from excursion to excursion. Some excursions maybe yes, but if you're swimming with dolphins, I don't think you can smoke while swimming with dolphins. If you're eating in a restaurant that's on an excursion, or you are doing something that's indoors, chances are going to be no, you can't do that. Now, as far as Vanessa, I'm pretty sure you definitely 100% cannot do Vanessa on an excursion. Save that for after the excursion in a hotel room with protection, and just make sure you get back to the ship by boarding time, ship time, not port time. Otherwise, you're going to miss your ship. And then I'm going to ask you, was Vanessa worth it to miss the ship? I don't know. She may have been. Sorry, Vanessa. You got thrown into this. But anyways, the cruise group has been going absolutely crazy all night and all day with posts such as Carnival's new ship, Carnival Vanessa. And does anyone have any of that Vanessa? Yeah, it's absolutely crazy what's going on right now with Vanessa. So on to the whole should you cancel your cruise. There is a lot going on right now with the cruising industry. As we know, it is a very complicated situation right now. Obviously, the conditional sail order goes till January 15th, and after that, it's kind of guidelines, and if the cruise lines want to follow the CDC's order on how everything works. But really, there's just so much going on with ships being canceled, ships being denied ports, and people are asking whether they should cancel their cruise. And this is the biggest question I really see in all of the cruise groups right now. So I wanted to actually sit down and break it down with you for you to make that personal choice for yourself. Now, me personally, am I going to cancel a cruise? If it's still sailing, no, because the ship is my destination. Yes, there are ports. There are lovely ports to go to. And it's upsetting if a port gets skipped or changed. And I understand that. But I'm just happy to be on a ship after 20 something months. And some of you are worried about getting COVID on a ship, and that varies into it. Now, first, let's start with if you're worried about getting COVID on a ship. Let's start right there. Honestly, the numbers are really low. Yes, I know there has been a lot of news about outbreaks on ships, and that's what I'm going to talk about in the next video after this one. But the numbers are relatively low. Roughly 1% of all passengers are getting COVID, and those passengers are all asymptomatic or mild. No one is coming up with severe cases. So if you're worried about getting COVID, there's a 99% chance that you won't get COVID on a cruise ship. And if you do, it might be like when you return home, you might have some symptoms, but really it's just going to be mild or asymptomatic, if anything at all. So is it something to fear? In my opinion, not really. But if you truly are scared of COVID, if you are worried about catching it, honestly, go ahead and cancel. If it's that much of a fear for you and you really don't want to risk it because of COVID and catching it, then, in my opinion, it might not be time for you to cruise. Call Carnival or call your travel agent or whoever you have. If you're booked through a travel agent, the travel agent will make the call for you and you don't have to worry about it. If you are booked directly through Carnival or any other cruise line, contact the cruise line. Let them know, hey, I got a cruise coming up, and with the Omicron variant and everything going on and the CDC's guidelines, I would like to cancel for now and book it out farther out and until things kind of steady down. I get that. If you're scared of COVID and scared of catching it, while the chances are very slim, if you're scared of those slim chances, then go ahead and cancel. That is the right decision for you. Now, if you're like me and not really scared of catching COVID, I can do the quarantine thing. I get it. And honestly, I've had it before, and if I catch it again, the chances are slim, and I'm not really scared of catching COVID for myself. I will do whatever I have to if I catch it. That's not what scares me, so I'm still going to cruise for that. Now, moving on to the canceled ports, and also canceled events on the ship and everything else when it comes to that, because there are ships that are canceling their shows and events on the ship because crew members are coming up with COVID and they just can't put on the show because they don't have the crew members to perform or do whatever. And in some ships, you've had cases where the CDC, or not CDC, but the cruise director, the CD, take out that last C, the CD has disappeared for a few days of the cruise, or the first couple days of cruise not being there, and the last couple days of cruise before, because they had to go into quarantine. And they're not on the announcements and they're not doing their things like they normally do. If you want to cancel because you're worried about the shows being canceled or ports being canceled, and you want the full experience of cruising that you're worried it's not going to happen, you have to understand that if you're going to go on a cruise, the chances are it may happen. And if that's your biggest fear right now, is just not getting to enjoy the playlist productions or anything like that, then again, canceling may be the right thing for you. Now, if you are like me and the destination is the ship and the ports are great, obviously ports can be canceled too, but if you're worried about all that and that's your biggest fear, and you're not like me who's like, I'm just happy to be on a ship, I will go eat some food, I will relax, I will maybe hit the hot tub and just kind of enjoy not being at home and cleaning up after the kids or the room and making food and all that stuff, then, again, it may be in your best interest to cancel. Again, you can call, the cruise line or your travel agent and have that taken care of and push it off to a farther date with a future cruise credit that will take care of all of that. The cruise lines are being very generous. Now, with these last two, again, I have said go ahead and cancel if that is your fear. But again, if you're just wanting to cruise, just happy to cruise, if you're not scared of the ports being canceled, if you're not scared of stuff being canceled on board the ship, if you're not scared of catching COVID, any of that, then go ahead and cruise. Yes, you're going to have to wear a mask anywhere on board if you're not eating, as long as you are indoors. If you're outdoors, you will not need to wear a mask. Pretty much on all the ships, it's close to that. Obviously, every ship has slightly different restrictions when it comes to masks, but right now, it's pretty much indoors. You're going to wear a mask unless you're eating. If you're not eating anything, they're going to tell you to put it on. And that's another thing. If you're not willing to wear a mask, then cancel. If you can't wear a mask, I don't like wearing masks, but I will put up with it for the cruise. So if you are going to complain about the mask mandate, then go ahead and cancel as well. But if you don't mind all that, don't mind everything else, and you're just happy to be on a ship, then don't cancel. Yes, the capacity is going to be lower. Yes, there are people canceling your cruise, so it's going to feel a little emptier on board. But in reality, the crew does so much. The cruise lines are going above and beyond to make sure that you're not catching COVID, to minimize the destruction of Omicron on board these ships, especially in this time where the media is really attacking the cruise lines, when cruise lines are still safer than going to where I work on a daily basis. Every single day that I go to work, I have more of a chance of catching COVID and dealing with this stuff than I do on a ship, because they are constantly cleaning. The crew is cleaning the rails, cleaning the floors, cleaning the tables all day, all night. You can get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, walk around the ship, and they will still be cleaning the ship just like they do in the day. It's amazing how much the crew does for your safety and all these protocols they put into place to protect you. So don't necessarily, in my opinion, don't be scared of cruising. But if you are, go ahead and cancel. If you're not, if you're okay with the circumstances that are cruising right now, then keep your cruise. Enjoy it. And you might see me on board. I got a couple cruises coming up, too. Carnival Miracle and Carnival Radiance coming up in the next couple months. So I hope I see you guys on board. I hope you don't cancel. But obviously, if it comes down to you being completely scared to cruise, then go ahead and cancel if that is your decision. Anyways, guys, I'm out. I got to start filming the second video now. Stay tuned for that. And also, I didn't invite you to do it yet. Make sure you smash that subscribe button and also click that bell so you get notified when I upload that next video, as well as all the other videos that are going to come in the near future as well. Thank you, guys. I'll see you in the next vlog.